can you hear me? Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Daniel, you have to come say hi to Judy outside. She was a little starstruck yesterday, and when she realized that, you know, Daniel was the actor from Lost. She called her daughter, so she'd love a smooch. Have you been on Marla? It is wonderful to be here. When I was first invited here by Brian, my friend Brian, he, I thought, what a random collection of states and souls. But as was pointed out to me, it's not so random after all. We've got the last, you know, great Democratic president, the next great Democratic president, the next great Democratic president. How cool is that? What a room! And you know, you have, you know, South and East and Pacific all represented here, and that is our family, so it's quite perfect, right? I know that our family crossed the Missouri, you know, and went west to Kansas, and I mean, it's wonderful to be here, and it's wonderful to have all of you. My husband, I don't read the newspapers much these days, but my husband informs me of everything that is important. And he sent me this article, or showed me this article recently that was written about me. I think it was the Advertiser. I'm not sure. I'm sure the Advertiser's here. Is the Advertiser here? Yeah, there you go. Derek Wright wrote an article, and it was talking about how in the beginning of this journey, how I was, I think, a reluctant and awkward surrogate. And Derek would hurt me a little bit, but it was true. I was a teacher, you know, and I was accustomed to very honestly speaking to my students about things that that I cared for deeply. I wasn't accustomed to sort of thinking about, you know, a new audience and figuring out those daily and different configurations. And I wasn't, you know, accustomed to thinking about the responsibility of speaking about another and representing that other in a way that was effective and warm. And it took some practice, and I want to first thank all of the people of Hawaii who are here in this room, because so many of you, I can't even name you all, helped me as I embarked on this journey, because you don't realize, you know, when my brother told me that that he was going to run, my first response was just to be overwhelmed, and then it was, you know, it's like, wow, that's just me. And then my second was, we're going to lose you, you know, and then my third reaction was, in fact, to be profoundly grateful for the opportunity that is presented to us to build something, to craft something for our keiki, for our children, something meaningful, and you know, the realization that my brother was going to help make the world a better and brighter place for my daughter and his daughter. And all my students and all of the kids out there. And I thought, you know, how wonderful. But you don't realize necessarily how much that is going to impact your life and how directly. All of these people sort of helped me negotiate that in ways that you know, made me feel loved and tended to and cared for. So thank you, the people of Hawaii, very much. I have to say, Monday night was so incredible for me. It was one of those things, because Brock and Michelle are so completely themselves. That is what is gorgeous about them. They are, yes, it means though that when I'm sitting at the kitchen table with Michelle and talking about our kids, or when I'm, you know, ribbing Brock and giving him a hard time about, you know, a Scrabble move or something like that, I don't necessarily feel the full weight of their beings. The sheer potency of their presence is not necessarily something that I get. And then here I was on Monday night, looking out. Michelle's mom was the first one, I think, to make me cry, because she was talking about her children and her pride. And then Michelle just had me bawling, because in part because she was talking about the people who weren't here, who I wish were here too. But also, it was just, it suddenly occurred to me, she did such a marvelous job. It just occurred to me that we were sort of participating in living history. I looked out and, I met Carrie and Jimmy Carter went out before me. And, there was Joe Biden sitting next to me. He gave me a right hook.
Give him one back.
I'll give him a hug. But it was very much of a, how you doing, kid? And, and Kennedy, and as a history teacher, how magnificent. The Clintons, and to realize that here I was, taking a look at people who had sacrificed a great deal and worked so incredibly hard, and who had participated in crafting our present, and who would continue to contribute in crafting our future. And I have, throughout this campaign, thought of this journey as storytelling. And I've talked about it as such. I really think that that is my brother's favorite part of this process, is hearing everybody's stories. It certainly is my favorite part. And I think really that what we're doing is we are telling a new and improved story about who we are and what we care about and what we can achieve and how much we love one another. I really think of this campaign, I was telling NPR yesterday, and I know that, it's an unusual way to speak about a campaign, but I really think of this as my brother's deepest act of love, because it does require sacrifice, and it is tremendously hard work, right? But it is obviously worth it because of the love that has been generated, not only the love towards him, but the love that he feels towards this country, towards everyone in it, and the love that we are feeling for one another. And I mean, it's really, it's love of it's a multi-layered love, a multifaceted one, right? It's agape, it's peace, it's figuring out how to communicate better, how to join arms, how to be a little less embittered, a little more jovial, a little more kind and compassionate. And I think that Monday it occurred to me that we were really here, all of us looking at, and I gotta tell you, Democrats really are more colorful. It's true. We know how they pan up, and and everyone is larger than life, 10 stories tall, and they go out to the audience, and folks are dancing, and everyone's got fruit baskets on the head, flags dangling off the ears, and many look at you. Not holding back at all. Express yourself. And I was looking out and I was thinking, this is really what it's supposed to be. Really inclusive, really broad, really engaging every corner of this country and all kinds of people. Wonderful people, all of you. So Monday was incredible. It continues to be incredible. I'm so excited tonight. I haven't actually spoken to Barack because, well, he's busy. He's doing a little speech prep yesterday, and then I fell asleep before he got home, and this morning he was, you know, in the John. I was knocking on the door. Love you, but you know, you just. But I was so proud to see him. He does that too. I know you don't